Have you ever regretted saying something in the heat of the moment? Have you ever felt that speaking less could have made you appear wiser, stronger, or more in control? What if the key to winning in life isn't talking more, but mastering the art of silence? Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content on self-improvement and Stoic wisdom. Now let's get started. 1. The power of silence and avoiding mistakes. We've all been there, blurting something out without thinking, only to regret it moments later. A careless word spoken in haste can cause irreparable damage. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or public interactions, the ability to control our speech is a sign of wisdom and maturity. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic thinkers, reminds us that wise individuals are cautious with their words. He understood that silence is often the best response, as a single reckless statement can ruin relationships, tarnish reputations, or create unnecessary conflict. Consider the example of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Unlike many entrepreneurs who frequently boast about their future plans, Bezos maintained an element of mystery and let his actions speak for him. He rarely divulged grand ambitions in his early days, choosing instead to prove his vision through consistent execution. This strategic silence not only protected him from unnecessary scrutiny, but also allowed him to work without external pressures shaping his narrative. True power, as Bezos demonstrated, lies in restraint and selective communication. The ability to pause before speaking is one of the most underrated skills in life. In high-stakes negotiations, for instance, silence can be an invaluable tool. Those who can endure uncomfortable silences often gain the upper hand, as their counterparts may feel compelled to fill the void with concessions or unnecessary disclosures. Moreover, by being silent when emotions run high, we allow ourselves the space to assess situations rationally rather than react impulsively. Silence forces us to listen, to observe, and to understand before making decisions. It also ensures, once remarked, remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. This statement highlights the immense self-discipline required to master silence. Learning when to speak and when to hold back can make the difference between success and failure in both personal and professional realms. In leadership, silence can be an even greater tool. Leaders who refrain from speaking prematurely can inspire trust and respect, allowing their teams to think critically and arrive at their own solutions. It is no surprise that some of the most influential leaders in history, whether in politics, business, or philosophy, have been those who carefully chose their words and understood the profound effects of well-timed silence. 2. Emotional control through silence. Emotions can be our greatest strength, or our biggest downfall. In moments of anger, frustration, or sorrow, words can become weapons, inflicting wounds that linger far beyond the moment of conflict. However, those who practice the art of silence gain the ability to control their emotions rather than be controlled by them. By pausing and reflecting before responding, we prevent ourselves from saying something we might later regret. Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most revered leaders, understood the value of silence and emotional control. When deeply frustrated with his generals during the Civil War, Lincoln often wrote scathing letters expressing his anger, but rather than sending them immediately, he would set them aside and revisit them later. More often than not, he chose never to send them at all. By allowing time to temper his emotions, he preserved important relationships and avoided unnecessary conflicts. His ability to hold his tongue contributed significantly to his success as a leader. Mastering silence isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about achieving self-mastery. When faced with criticism or provocation, the natural reaction is to defend oneself or retaliate. However, responding with silence can often be the most powerful statement of all. It signals confidence, control, and an unwillingness to be dragged into unnecessary disputes. Many influential figures, from Nelson Mandela to Warren Buffett, have employed this principle to maintain their composure and uphold their reputations. In today's world of instant communication, where words can be sent across the globe in seconds, the ability to exercise restraint is more critical than ever. Social media, in particular, tempts us to react impulsively to every slight or provocation. However, those who take a step back, process their emotions, and choose their words carefully are the ones who maintain their credibility and authority. Silence is a form of power, an assertion control in a world that often values noise over substance. Beyond personal relationships and leadership, silence also has a deep impact on self-awareness and inner peace. Practicing silence regularly, whether through meditation, reflection, or simply disengaging from unnecessary conversations, can enhance mental clarity and emotional resilience. It helps us gain a greater understanding of ourselves and our motivations, leading to more thoughtful interactions with others. Practicing silence doesn't mean disengaging from life. Rather, it allows us to approach conversations with clarity and purpose. By listening more than we speak, we gain valuable insights, build stronger relationships, and earn the respect of those around us. True wisdom lies not in the quantity of words spoken, but in the quality of the moments we choose to remain silent. Silence is not weakness. It is a foundation of strength, allowing us to respond with intelligence, patience, and purpose rather than react with impulsivity and regret. 3. The art of listening and learning. How often do we truly listen? Most people listen just to reply, rather than to understand. We are often so eager to share our thoughts, opinions, and experiences that we fail to absorb what others are saying. But the most successful individuals, like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio, attribute much of their wisdom to being excellent listeners. Listening is more than just hearing words. It is about understanding the emotions, intentions, and perspectives behind them. When we listen attentively, we not only gain knowledge, but also demonstrate respect. People appreciate those who make them feel heard and valued. This strengthens relationships, fosters trust, and opens doors to new opportunities. True listening requires patience, an open mind, and the willingness to learn from others, even if their views differ from our own. One of the biggest barriers to effective listening is our own internal dialogue. While another person speaks, we often formulate our response instead of giving our full attention. This tendency prevents us from grasping the deeper meaning behind their words. To be a true listener, we must silence our inner voice and focus completely on the speaker. Techniques such as maintaining eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing what was said can help reinforce active listening. Additionally, asking clarifying questions and summarizing key points ensure that we have fully comprehended the message being conveyed. Listening also cultivates humility. It reminds us that we don't have all the answers and that wisdom can be found in the most unexpected places. When we speak less, we absorb more. We gain insights, build trust, and create meaningful connections. In a world where everyone is desperate to be heard, being the one who listens makes you stand out. It positions you as someone people respect and turn to for guidance. The most influential leaders, teachers, and mentors are often those who take the time to listen before they speak. In professional settings, strong listening skills can differentiate a leader from an average employee. Great leaders listen to their teams, understanding their concerns, aspirations, and suggestions. By doing so, they create an environment where people feel valued and motivated to contribute their best work. In negotiations, active listening allows us to identify underlying needs and craft solutions that satisfy all parties involved. Additionally, listening fosters innovation. When organizations encourage employees to share ideas freely, they cultivate a culture of continuous improvement. Listening is also crucial in personal relationships. Many conflicts arise because individuals feel unheard or misunderstood. When we take the time to listen to our friends, partners, or family members without interrupting or judging, we show that their feelings matter. This fosters deeper bonds and emotional security. A good listener provides comfort, understanding, and a sense of belonging, reinforcing the foundation of any strong relationship. 4. Cultivating mystery and trust. There's something compelling about a person who doesn't reveal everything about themselves. Silence creates an air of mystery, making people more intrigued by what you don't say rather than what you do. In a world where oversharing is a norm, especially with social media broadcasting every detail of our lives, those who maintain an element of secrecy stand out. The ability to hold back, to leave some things unsaid, enhances one's presence and influence. Those who practice discretion command more respect and curiosity. Napoleon Bonaparte understood this principle well. By withholding information and speaking only when necessary, he commanded respect and maintained control. People trust those who choose their words carefully because their speech carries weight. When someone is selective about what they share, their words become more impactful and memorable. Additionally, withholding unnecessary details allows individuals to maintain control over their personal narrative, preventing misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Mystery is powerful. It draws people in and makes them curious. Those who reveal too much too soon often lose their allure. Instead, maintaining an air of discretion can make others more invested in discovering who you truly are. This is evident in charismatic figures across history and popular culture. Leaders, celebrities, and even fictional characters who master the art of controlled disclosure often captivate audiences and followers. Mystery keeps people engaged and eager to learn more, allowing for a deeper and more meaningful connection over time. Beyond intrigue, speaking selectively also fosters trust. When people know that you are not one to gossip or disclose sensitive information carelessly, they are more likely to confide in you. Trust is built when individuals feel safe sharing their thoughts, knowing that their words will not be used against them. This is especially true in leadership and professional settings, where confidentiality and discretion can define a person's reputation and credibility. In personal relationships, a balance between openness and mystery keeps things interesting. While transparency is essential for deep connections, maintaining a sense of individuality and independence makes interactions more dynamic. In business and leadership, mystery can be a strategic advantage. A leader who doesn't reveal all their thoughts immediately keeps others engaged, prompting curiosity and deeper engagement. Moreover, leaders who exercise restraint and avoid speaking impulsively are often perceived as more thoughtful and wise. Silence, when used wisely, can be just as powerful as words. The ability to withhold information, speak with intention, and control the flow of conversations can establish both authority and trust. In a world where everyone is constantly speaking, those who master the art of restraint gain an undeniable advantage. Whether in professional or personal life, strategic silence allows individuals to navigate conversations with grace, ensuring that when they do speak, their words carry maximum impact. 5. Controlling conversations with silence. Ever notice how some of the most powerful negotiators say the least? Silence can be a weapon in debates, arguments, and negotiations. By resisting the urge to fill every silence with words, you gain an advantage, subtly shifting the dynamics of any interaction in your favor. In high-stakes scenarios, such as hostage negotiations, silence is a tactic used to shift power. The lesson? The less you say, the more others reveal, and the more control you maintain. But how does this work in everyday interactions? Why does silence hold such power, and how can you apply it effectively in various settings? Silence creates discomfort for many people. In casual conversations, individuals often rush to fill gaps, revealing more than they intend. When you stay silent, you allow the other party to keep talking, potentially exposing information they might otherwise withhold. Salespeople, lawyers, and experienced mediators use this technique to their advantage. By remaining quiet, they prompt others to fill in the gaps, often providing crucial insights or making concessions they hadn't originally planned. The ability to remain silent strategically is an art that, once mastered, can significantly improve your persuasion skills. Furthermore, silence demonstrates confidence. Those who constantly feel the need to justify themselves or over-explain often come across as uncertain or insecure. On the other hand, those who can sit comfortably in silence exude authority and self-assurance. This is especially true in leadership roles, where the ability to listen actively and respond thoughtfully can command respect. Leaders who speak sparingly but with intent often leave a stronger impression than those who dominate conversations. The strategic use of silence can also shift the emotional dynamic of a conversation. If someone is venting frustration or making accusations, responding with silence rather than immediate defense can disarm them. It forces them to reflect on their own words, sometimes leading to a softening of their stance. In personal relationships, this can prevent conflicts from escalating. In business, it can make you a more effective communicator who listens rather than reacts impulsively. Silence can also serve as a powerful pause before responding, allowing you to gather your thoughts and deliver a more impactful statement. So how can one master the art of using silence? The key is intentionality. Instead of rushing to respond, take a moment to pause before speaking. This not only gives you time to craft a more thoughtful response, but also ensures that your words carry more weight. Additionally, maintaining steady eye contact and a composed posture during silence amplifies its impact. Nonverbal cues, such as nodding or raising an eyebrow, can communicate understanding and attentiveness without the need for excessive words. Practicing silence as a conversational tool does not mean withdrawing entirely. It means using quiet moments strategically, knowing when to let others speak, when to absorb information, and when to intervene with deliberate, impactful words. The key to mastering silence is balancing it with the right words at the right time, ensuring that when you do speak, your words have maximum influence. 6. Practicing discipline and patience. Speaking less is not just a strategy, it's a discipline. It requires patience and self-control to resist the urge to fill gaps with unnecessary words. But the benefits are immense: better decision-making, enhanced credibility, and a stronger presence. However, this level of control doesn't come naturally to everyone. It must be cultivated through deliberate practice. Incorporating this practice into daily life, whether through meditation, mindfulness, or intentional pauses, cultivates inner strength. The more we train ourselves to embrace silence, the more powerful we become. But developing this discipline requires conscious effort and regular practice. Mastering silence in conversations translates to self-mastery in other areas of life, such as decision-making, emotional regulation, and relationship management. One way to strengthen patience in communication is by delaying responses. Instead of replying immediately to a question or comment, take a deep breath and allow a short pause. This forces you to process the information more thoroughly and respond with greater clarity. Another method is setting daily limits on unnecessary speech. Challenge yourself to eliminate filler words or unnecessary chatter. By doing so, you become more deliberate and precise in your communication. This habit, once ingrained, ensures that every word spoken carries meaning and intent. Practicing patience also means learning to observe more. When we speak less, we listen more. Active listening allows us to truly understand others, rather than just waiting for our turn to talk. This skill is particularly valuable in negotiations, leadership, and personal relationships, where deep comprehension fosters better decision-making and stronger connections. Listening actively also helps build stronger relationships by showing others that their words matter to you, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Additionally, cultivating patience through silence enhances emotional intelligence. It teaches us to sit with discomfort, to resist reacting impulsively, and to navigate conversations with greater composure. Over time, this ability strengthens our personal and professional influence, making us more respected and effective individuals. Emotional intelligence is key to managing difficult conversations, handling criticism, and making well-thought-out decisions under pressure. The benefits of mastering silence and discipline extend beyond conversations. They influence how we handle stress, make choices, and interact with the world. When we embrace stillness, we develop greater self-awareness, control over our emotions. This control allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and clarity. Ultimately, speaking less is not about saying nothing. It's about making every word count. By mastering the discipline of silence, we cultivate patience, sharpen our minds, and command greater respect in every interaction. The ability to balance silence with meaningful speech is a rare and valuable skill, one that can transform personal relationships, professional interactions, and even self-perception. As we refine this practice, we develop the power to lead, influence, and inspire with precision and confidence. 7. The right time to speak. Silence is golden, but knowing when to speak is equally crucial. Words should be chosen carefully and used with intention. Speaking less doesn't mean never speaking. It means speaking better. The ability to balance silence and speech is a skill that can transform personal and professional relationships, improve decision-making, and enhance one's overall presence. The power of silence. In our fast-paced world, silence is often underrated. Many people feel the need to fill every moment with words, fearing that silence may be mistaken for ignorance or a lack of confidence. However, silence can be a powerful tool when used correctly. It provides space for thought, allows emotions to settle, and gives weight to the words that eventually follow. Silence is not just about the absence of noise. It is about creating the right conditions for meaningful dialogue. Consider great leaders, negotiators, and public speakers. Their words resonate because they are deliberate, meaningful, and well-timed. The most powerful messages often come after a thoughtful pause. A well-placed silence can make an audience hang onto your next words with heightened anticipation. It can also provide an opportunity for reflection, allowing your message to sink in deeply. When to speak and when to hold back. The key to effective communication isn't just about speaking. It's about knowing when to remain silent and when to let words carry impact. Here are some essential guidelines to help determine the right time to speak. Speak when you have something valuable to say. If your words do not add value to a conversation, it may be better to stay silent. Mindless chatter often dilutes important messages. Instead, focus on speaking when your words can inform, inspire, or resolve an issue. Pause before reacting emotionally. In heated moments, it's easy to react impulsively. Taking a moment of silence before responding can prevent unnecessary conflict and help you choose your words wisely. This is especially important in arguments or high-pressure situations where emotions run high. Use silence to show confidence. People who are comfortable with silence often appear more confident and composed. When you resist the urge to fill every silence with words, you project self-assurance. This is particularly useful in interviews, negotiations, and leadership roles. Let others speak first. Listening is an essential part of effective communication. Allowing others to speak first not only demonstrates respect, but also provides you with more information to tailor your response more effectively. People appreciate being heard, and this approach strengthens relationships. Know when to break the silence. While silence has its strengths, there are moments when speaking up is necessary. If you witness injustice, confusion, or misinformation, your words can make a significant difference. Silence should not be an excuse to avoid difficult conversations or necessary interventions. The art of meaningful speech. Once you have mastered the discipline of silence, the next step is to ensure that your words carry weight. To do this, consider the following. Be clear and concise. Rambling dilutes the power of your message. Choose words that are direct and impactful. Use thoughtful pauses. A pause before an important statement can make it more memorable. Adjust your tone and delivery. The way something is said often matters more than the words themselves. Tone, volume, and pacing play significant roles in how a message is received. Stay authentic. People can sense insincerity. Speak from a place of honesty and integrity to make your words more meaningful. So, are you ready to embrace the power of silence? Start practicing today. Listen more, speak less, and watch how your presence, influence, and success grow. Every word you choose has a potential to shape perceptions, build relationships, and influence outcomes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more self-improvement insights. Drop a comment below when has silence worked in your favor. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and embrace the power of silence.